An orb is totally redefining the way that we look at aviation. It's a vertical takeoff and landing electric aircraft. You can put 25 of these aircraft in a C-130 and be anywhere in the world within 24 hours, fighting human suffering on an unprecedented scale. My name is Alex Taylor. I'm the founder and CEO of Orb Aerospace. I'm an aircraft designer and engineer. We founded Orb Aerospace to reinvent the way we think about aviation, the way we fly, so that we can create accessible aviation for quite literally all mankind.
This is one of those ideas, like the beginning of aviation, that just falls out of the sky into the hearts of a few people around the globe. My name is Brian Davis. I'm the Director of Military Development here at Orb Aerospace. My background is I've flown F-16s, A-10s, do a lot of strategic alignment with what the warfighter and combatant commanders want for DoD business. And I stumbled across Alex and Orb Aerospace. They were designing an aircraft that didn't look like all the other competition. Everybody else has overgrown quadcopters, and his looked like the friggin' Star Wars Rebel gunship crossed with the Jetsons. I was like, this is actually gonna work.
Flying cars have been promised for decades, but the reason why flying cars don't happen is because a flying car is both a bad airplane and a bad car. What you need instead is a combination between sort of a helicopter and an airplane. So what we've done is we've taken that combination, that design philosophy, and we've gone a totally unconventional route compared to everybody else in the industry. The internet changed the way we communicate, but we haven't updated the way we move. So that's what Orb Aerospace is doing with SJX. The most important things about this airplane are no secret. The fact that it can take off vertically, fly horizontally. We've mixed different kinds of propulsion on a unique airframe. That kind of utility is what makes Orb Aerospace and our proprietary advantage so important.
The authenticity of this team is like something you've never seen. Alex's heart as a missionary kid that grew up in Turkey in refugee camps is to do global missions, and that's what I want to do as a retired from the Air Force kind of guy.
I started Orb Aerospace with this vision for accessible aviation. What that means is that we're flying 60, 70-year-old aircraft. In fact, when you get into a lot of the airplanes that general aviation pilots like myself fly, they smell like museums, and there's something wrong with that. So aviation has suffered from a cycle of complacency for decades upon decades now, and it provides a ripe opportunity for us to come in with electric aviation and make it so that everybody has access to essentially the sky for medical supplies, for consumer products, and for personal transportation. And so the fact that that wasn't already happening, it touched something deep inside of me that started when I grew up overseas in Istanbul, Turkey, and seeing that there's these desperate needs in underdeveloped countries that are being totally unmet because these aircraft are 60 or 70 years old. So I started Orb Aerospace to change all of that. As much as Orb Aerospace and I'm an unconventional person, our guys are as well.
My name is Luke Wilson. I'm an R&D engineer at Orb Aerospace. A lot of people talk about what they want their legacy to be, what footprint they want to leave, and I think we should be looking the other way and say, how can we lessen our footprint? And that's something this is going to do. You don't need a road if you're flying. If you're not burning fuel, you're not leaving a footprint, and that's really what it is.
When I first started at Orb Aerospace, I didn't know the impact that we could have on the world. What first became an employment opportunity became a life path where I become excited every single day to come to work to make a change for the better. Hi, my name is Gavin Vonk. I'm the IT guy / programmer around Orb Aerospace.
So we took a truly novel approach, not looking at what limits us, but where we're not limited, and pursuing those things, knowing that we can overcome engineering challenges incrementally and end up with something that's never been possible before.
Hi, my name's Alan Henneveld, and I am the CFO, General Counsel, and gray-haired wisdom part of the team. I'm a lot older than everyone on the team, but I've been doing this kind of work for 35 years. I started working with Alex in August of 2019. He and I sat down, we had breakfast, he shared his vision, He and I had met through church, and he talked about his project a lot, and I kept offering to just at least meet with him, see if I could help him in any way.
When Alex comes in every day, it isn't just an employment opportunity, it isn't just a job. He doesn't come here just for a paycheck. He sacrifices hours of his day, just sometimes even days. He'll spend the night here trying to make the world a better place.
So you could say this all started with a 95 Jeep YJ that I restored when I was 16 years old. And it turns out you get 6 miles per gallon when you have these fat tires and a straight six, but it was this dream car of mine, and I chose instead to sell it, and I bought a $100 van instead. So I was driving, I went from a Jeep to a minivan, and I used the difference between those two vehicles to start Orb Aerospace. We're pioneering energy technology that quite literally nobody has up until this point. So we're using creative chemistry with some partners to put together a fuel cell that uses an organic product that is actually a waste product in third world countries that they dump by the barrels. It's an agricultural byproduct. We use that in a fuel cell to achieve 5 times the energy density of lithium-ion batteries today. So when you pair that with this unique airframe that totally reshapes the way people think about what an aircraft should look like, what aviation should be, you pair that with this disruptive energy technology, and you end up with something that fits in a 2-car garage and can fly 1,000 nautical miles, taking off and landing from your backyard.
So what we have that's unique to Orb Aerospace is a relationship with National All-Domain Warfighting Center up in Camp Grayling. It means we have a place to test this right now, and we can build hours of testing there, integrating operationally with military warfighter.
So when this passion becomes so overwhelming that it's the only thing you're doing with your life, that's when you know you're onto something worthwhile. And so the best way that I can serve the underserved is by using my talents as an aviation aerospace engineer, building airplanes that are going to revolutionize the third world countries. We're looking to bring to market first in developing countries and then with the DoD to reshape this entire industry so that we can create accessible aviation for quite literally all mankind.